People thought this dog was grieving the loss of her owner, until a young woman discovered a stunning secret. When a woman heard that a dog had been spotted in a cemetery, she headed over there right away. And sure enough, there was indeed a canine guard keeping a watch over a gravestone. Then, however, the woman found out what secret the dog was hiding, and all of the pieces fell into place. The bond between dogs and humans is unlike any other. When dogs bond with their humans, they form a strong connection that cannot be easily broken. Dogs are probably the most loyal pets you can have. These faithful animals eagerly await our return, their tails wagging with exuberance, ready to shower us with affection and love. Any dog owner will tell you that their fur baby can feel love, and this has actually been confirmed by scientists. Several studies have found that dogs are capable of loving their human owners. In most cases, we humans live longer than our pets, but there are occasional situations where the pets are the ones who are left behind. And when that happens, a dog can experience severe depression. There are many stories of dogs who weep, tremble, or cry next to their owner's grave. One of the most famous accounts comes from the 19th century and concerns a supposedly grieving dog named Greyfriars Bobby. This Skye Terrier allegedly stood vigil over his owner's grave for 14 years, right up until his death in 1872. It is with that Scotland's capital city will always remember its most famous and faithful dog. And there have been many more stories of dogs grieving the loss of their owners. Dogs also exhibit signs of grief upon losing a fellow animal companion. Yet, although the evidence seems to suggest that dogs can, in fact, grieve for people, there was more to the story of this German Shepherd dog in Serbia that touched the hearts of all who heard it. The anxious dog had dug a hole beneath a grave and would refuse to move from the spot. Naturally then, it was assumed that the grave in the photo belonged to the dog's departed owner. The emotional response for the apparently sorrowful dog was heard across social media. The heartbreaking photo of the German Shepherd went viral in April 2015 and was shared by animal lovers all over the world. People were sharing the photo of the lonely dog, believing that she was staying the nights in the cemetery because of her deep emotional attachment with the owner. It wasn't until Vesna, a local woman, came across the photo and did some investigating. Vesna lived near the cemetery and decided to find out what was happening with the dog. She thought that there was more to the story than a dog who simply didn't want to leave this place and wanted to find out what was going on. The young woman decided to visit the grave in question as it wasn't far from where she lived. After driving to the cemetery, she found the exact grave indicated in the photo. She noticed the dog, who had captured the hearts of many online, was sleeping next to the grave. As touched as she was by the dog's situation, however, Vesna didn't pick the dog up straight away. Instead, she observed the creature for a while to see why she was in the graveyard. For one thing, Vesna's observations revealed that the dog wasn't sitting over the gravestone. Rather, she was under it. The dog had dug a little cave under the headstone, and she kept returning to it. Eventually, Vesna found out why. When the young woman looked down into the cave under the headstone, she was shocked by what she saw. Inside the den was a litter of puppies. Turns out, the dog dug the den over the grave to keep the puppies warm and safe. This was also the reason that Mommy Dog was hanging around the graveyard. She was simply being attentive to her pups. Abandoned, hungry, and pregnant, this female dog was left with only one way: dig a hole in the ground under a tombstone and give birth to her babies there. The only protection you have from the cold at night and the already very warm sun during the day. The dog used the hole in the graveyard as a temporary shelter to protect her four puppies from the harsh weather. However, she was struggling to find water and food. The mommy dog was feeling weak, and she couldn't give her puppies the nutrients that they needed. Vesna realized that she had to step in for the sake of the dog and the puppies. After earning their trust, Vesna took the dogs to shelter and immediately began caring for them. The cold graveyard den was replaced with warm beds. Scavenged scraps that passed for food were replaced with nutritious meals. and the anxiety induced by being outside was finally replaced by the feeling of love and safety. And not only did they get regular feeding, but they also received expert medical treatment. The mama dog was grateful to finally have a proper roof over her head and a warm bed for her precious babies. With the necessary medical attention and nutritious meals, the sweet doggy family soon began thriving. The poor puppies got the food and water they needed. They started to plump up and look a lot healthier. They even started to show their own unique personalities. Unfortunately, though, the life of the mother dog before the graveyard remains a mystery. Even though there have been many instances of dogs guarding their master's grave, the true story of this German Shepherd cemetery picture is just as heartwarming and proves good people still exist in the world. Now we know this picture represents a mother dog's love and loyalty, along with survival and the kindness of one woman. It didn't take long for Vesna to find a good home for each one of those pups. Tragically, meanwhile, the big-hearted Vesna has since passed away, and her Facebook account is now memorialized. Her loss will be felt by those whose lives she touched, both human and animal. But she is a wonderful legacy, not least, of course, these sweet dogs who owe their lives to her. Every year, about 6 million dogs all around the world are abandoned by their owners. Some get lost. This leaves them on the streets, looking for a good home. The German Shepherd and her puppies in this story got lucky. Somebody realized they needed help and stepped in. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you have an animal companion in your life? Share your own experience and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos.